I cannot in good conscience support the ongoing war in Iran. Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation. Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation. How did you reach that conclusion?
I think this is key. I mean, this would be more challenging to explain had the Secretary of State, the President, and the Speaker of the House not come out and said that we conducted this attack at this time because the Israelis were about to do so.
According to Joe Kent, we are being dragged into a war that was never about our national security, and the man who just ran the National Counterterrorism Center is blowing the whistle on the entire operation. This isn't just another foreign intervention. It's a calculated betrayal of American interests. Kent resigned because he could no longer, in good conscience, support a war in Iran that posed absolutely no imminent threat to our nation. Every second we stay on this path, your tax dollars and American lives are being gambled based on a lie. And when our own Secretary of State admits we attacked Iran simply because the Israelis were about to do so, we have to ask the most dangerous question in Washington: who is actually in charge of the American military? Look at what's happening behind the scenes, that the mainstream media is desperate to ignore. Kent reveals a pattern most people are missing: the shifting red line. The official US policy used to be that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon, but that left too much room for a deal, and certain interests didn't want a deal. They wanted a conflict, and to make that happen, they laundered a new policy through think tanks and talking heads, moving the goalposts so that even basic enrichment or ballistic missiles became a cause for war. This wasn't about safety. It was about ensuring diplomacy was impossible. Kent is clear. Iran was nowhere near a nuclear weapon, and they even had a religious ruling against building one. They enrich to 60% and stop because they want leverage, not a bomb. The establishment is already trying to smear Kent as an anti-Semite just for stating these facts, attempting to bury the truth under a mountain of labels. They want you to believe this was a necessary preemptive strike. But Kent dismantles that logic completely. He points out that Iran showed tremendous restraint, even calling the US during previous escalations to ensure military bases were evacuated so that no Americans would die. They were actually engaged in negotiations and willing to make more concessions than the original nuclear deal. But unelected dweebs like Jared Kushner and Steve Witkoff allegedly sabotaged those talks. We aren't just watching a war. We're watching the deliberate destruction of an American president's ability to make a deal by people who don't answer to the voters. This war communicates a terrifying message to the rest of the world. If you don't have a nuclear deterrent, you're a target. And by allowing a foreign power to dictate our offensive terms, we are losing our own sovereignty. We must recognize this Israel first influence within our government before it leads us into a NATO-level catastrophe with countries like Turkey next. So let me ask you, do you believe the United States has officially lost control of its own foreign policy to foreign lobbies, or is there still a way to purge this influence? Drop a comment below, and let's discuss the evidence Kent has brought to light. This is a massive story, one that connects to a much larger pattern of control. And we're going to keep digging into it, right here.